Welcome to City Roundup, brought to you by the City of Pensacola, with your host, Saida Rosa. City Roundup is your one-stop shop for everything having to do with the City of Pensacola. And now, Saida.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us for another episode of City Roundup. I'm your host, Saida Rosa. If you've driven down Palafox Street recently, you may have noticed something new about it. There are now bike lanes. Mayor Grover Robinson talked to reporters about the new additions during his weekly press conference.
Bicyclists can now take advantage of the new bike lanes on the section of North Palafox in downtown Pensacola. Also, those parking spaces are there. I parked in one yesterday, one went to church, so they're already getting used. Again, we believe this will enhance safety coming in and out of downtown, and we've been talking with FDOT about extending that same concept to the north side of Cervantes, and I think over time we'll be seeing that. So again, I think we'll see Palafox as a way for pedestrians and bicyclists to be able to enter downtown in a safe way. So we are working on that, and we'll be continuing to do so.
Fall sports are about to pick up, and that means it's time to register your kids to play. On this episode of Our City News Show, we take you to Roger Scott Athletic Complex to go over information on the Bill Bond League. Hosts Tonya, Vaden, and John Scanlon also tell us about the grant the Pensacola Fire Department received to help prevent house fires and give us a rundown on upcoming events. Learn about those topics and more coming up now on this week's show.
Hello, and thanks for joining us for another episode of Our City News Show. I'm John Scanlon.
And I'm Tonya Vaden. We're here at the Roger Scott Athletic Complex because fall will be here shortly, and that means youth sports is about to gear up.
That's right, and both soccer and baseball play here. Sign-ups are underway for Bill Bond Baseball League. Registration closes on August 17th. Practices begin around the end of the month, and all games and clinics will end by October 23rd. Players and coaches can sign up online. Visit playpensacola.com to find the links. While you're on our website, check out the new fall playbook to learn about our other programs, classes, and activities.
Participating in those activities may get you national recognition. Parks and Recreation won the National Recreation and Parks Association's video contest. We competed in the Park Rec Two-Step Challenge for Park and Recreation Month. Participants had to learn the Park Rec Two-Step dance by artist Saul Paul and create a video showing off the moves. Participants in our entry included the musical theater class, Ageless Grace, summer campers at Gull Point Resource Center, summer campers at Fricker Center, and Friday pickers at Sanders Beach Corinne Jones Resource Center. Our entry won the Week 4 contest. We're very excited about it.
The latest Mayor's Neighborhood Cleanup collected over 41 tons of bulk waste, along with 127 tires and 514 gallons of paint. The cleanup took place on Saturday, July 27th, and included over 2,000 houses in the cleanup area. The Mayor's Neighborhood Cleanup allows residents in the cleanup areas to have eligible items at the curb on cleanup day to be picked up by our sanitation services crews.
Great news for our fire safety in our community. The Pensacola Fire Department just received a grant from FM Global to help assist with fire prevention activities and educate the public to reduce the number of fires. The $2,500 grant will be used to pay for educational pamphlets, a Sparky the Fire Dog costume for children's education, and smoke alarms, which will be distributed through the free smoke alarm program. FM Global has contributed millions of dollars in fire prevention grants around the world.
Save the date on August 15th because City Hall Selfie Day is coming up. We invite you to come down to City Hall or to any local government building, take a selfie, and share on social media with the hashtag City Hall Selfie. Make sure you to tag us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram so we can share your picture.
Before we go, we have some upcoming events we want to tell you about. On Friday, August 9th, we'll be showing How to Train Your Dragon for our Hill Kelly Movies in the Park series at Hunter Amphitheater. The show begins when the sun goes down.
That's all we have for you on this episode of Our City News Show. We thank you for watching, and we will see you next week.
If there's a world record for most miles in one day, there's a good chance Cenell Knotts has exceeded it. He's called Smiley by his friends and family for a reason. On this episode of City Spotlight, we follow around our lead worker at the Port of Pensacola and find out what part of his job keeps him smiling. Spoiler alert, it's all of it.
I was looking for some extra money one day to go back to New York, and my brother-in-law asked me to come with him to a place called Action Labor, and he sent me to the port. That would be in 1991. It would be about 28 years now. Hi, my name is Cenell Knotts, and I'm a lead worker at the Port of Pensacola. Here we go. I think I was in construction. When one of my supervisors, he couldn't pronounce my name. He says, well, man, you mind if I call you Smiley because you smile all the time? I said, sure, I don't mind. I stuck with it. Okay, Smiley it is. I work in operations. Operations involved in helping bring in cargo, exporting cargo, ride around, overview the whole port, see what needs to be done, if there's an area needs to be attended to, basically keep the tenants satisfied, keep their company going so we can keep going. I like it, especially when things going right. The plan comes together when things going right. Now this is a view. It never gets bored. It never gets bored. Every day I come in here, I expect to find something new. Although it's the same job, it would be something new going on that, like, you thought you seen it all, but nope, you haven't. So it was always a challenge. It's always still a challenge that when you come in, it's always still a challenge. So I would say the best part is, the challenge. The challenges that you run across each day, daily. Each day is always something different.
For more episodes of our City Spotlight and news show, visit our YouTube channel. Search City of Pensacola. We'll be right back after this.
Natural gas homes are in demand. Here's what home builders have to say.
The natural gas cooking, as well as the fireplace and the atmosphere that you have on a really nice, well-designed lanai, you can entertain real well. It's very comfortable. People are real homey there. And we find the lanai to be a real design feature, along with having the natural gas to implement that.
Natural gas from Pensacola Energy, the clean, reliable, earth-friendly choice.
Natural gas dryers may cost a little more than electric ones, but they dry clothes quicker, making them cost half as much to run. So now who's getting taken to the cleaners? Learn more at PensacolaEnergy.com.
We now turn to our green tip of the week. Avoid using chemical cleaners to clear clogged drains. Instead, create your own solutions using baking soda and vinegar. Let it sit for half an hour and then run hot water down the drain. Would you like to be a part of the team at the City of Pensacola? We have a number of openings and we're looking for great candidates to fill them. This week's featured job is for an auto body and fender painter and repair worker. The person who fills this position will be responsible for automotive body repair and refinishing. Go to PensacolaCityJobs.com to find out what positions we're looking to fill. You can also sign up for notifications to hear about jobs as soon as they're posted. Some food for thought for your Friday. In this episode of Coastal Cooking Presents Quick Bites, host John Scanlon from Pensacola Energy shows us how to use natural gas to make pecan crusted grouper.
On this episode of Coastal Cooking Presents Quick Bites, we have pecan crusted grouper with frangelico sauce. Stick around and find out how it's done.
Welcome to Coastal Cooking Quick Bites, brought to you by Pensacola Energy.
Hey, welcome to Coastal Cooking Presents Quick Bites. I'm your host, John Scanlon, and I have a very special guest with me today, a fellow co-worker with Pensacola Energy, one of our marketing specialists. We have Jim Bootery. Jim, what are you making for us today?
Well, today, John, we're making pecan crusted grouper with frangelico sauce. And this recipe comes from, if some of you might remember this old restaurant, it's called the Yacht Restaurant. It was located in Pitt Slip back in the 90s. So anyhow, this is another quick dish we're going to do today. We're going to mix up some finely chopped pecans along with some Italian breadcrumbs. And let me grab something to kind of mix that up there with there, buddy. All right, so we get this combination kind of stirred in. We have some grouper fillets over there, fresh grouper fillets. We're going to pass these through flour first. Get them in there, coat them with flour. We're going to coat them, pass them through some milk, and then onto our chopped pecans.
Now, you had regular pecans and you just ran them through a food processor?
I sure did, man. That was an awesome way to do it. Just run it through the food processor. Don't have to worry about spending the time, tedious time of chopping up pecans.
And this recipe is actually, it can be found in the Fiesta Seafood Cookbook. It's 25 years of history from the Fiesta Seafood Grill. Pensacola Energy has the grill. We have a lot of different chefs come on every year at the Pensacola Seafood Festival. 25 years of history in this book. You can buy it for $15, and all the proceeds go to the Escambia Utility Assistance Program, which is a program for the elderly and for the disabled to help pay the utility bills. And it comes with just a ton of excellent restaurants, some that aren't with us anymore, like Jim was saying, the Yacht Restaurant. So if you remember that, remember the Angus, they're in this book, and it's an excellent gift. And it has these really good recipes in it as well.
All right. While we're kind of getting that together, we're going to let some oil heat up in our pan. We've got it on a medium heat right now while that oil heats up, and then we'll kick it up while we're letting that happen. We'll continue. Just doing this real quick. Sorry. And this is just a basic wash, just flour into the milk, boom, into the pecan and Italian seasoning mix there. All right, now we're putting our grouper fillets in the pan, and letting those cook at a medium-high heat, and let's see, like 5 to 7 minutes per side.
Pensacola is my hometown, and I've never had pecan crusted grouper before, so I'm intrigued. I can't wait.
This is some very good stuff. There's some variations of this recipe that I've come across from New Orleans. There's a pecan crusted saffron sauce grouper dish from Commander's Palace. It's very similar to this. And what I do when I cook that at home, in order to kind of save some time, I'll get things going on a cast iron skillet and get my grouper fillets in there, but then I'll put them in the oven and let them finish cooking in the oven for about 15, 18 minutes at 400. But it's a different dish, and I'd like to do that one day for you as well. It'd be pretty good.
Well, that's what I like about these recipes that are in the Fiesta Seafood Cookbook is they do have some really simplistic ones that are easy. I mean, and this is pretty easy as well. It's, just a couple ingredients. Looks phenomenal. It's different than what I would normally make. And I don't know why, because this is very doable.
Very good dish, especially using pecans from local store here, Renfro Pecans. I mean, Renfro Pecans. We got grouper from Joe Patty's, and cooking with Pensacola Energy natural gas. Don't get any better than that, folks. All right, we're going to turn these over. Get the other sides going. Johnny, getting the coloration at the top of these group of fillets here, how that pecan is starting to show its color and cook in and getting crisp on top. Can't wait to sink our teeth into that.
So this has about 5 or 7 minutes, and then
probably about 5 or 7 minutes left, and then we're going to take them off, slide them off on the plate, and then we'll start with the sauce that goes on top of it.
Excellent.
Yeah. All right, our group of fillets are just about done. So let's go ahead and plate a few of these up here. And we'll grab one more out of here before we slide this over. Boy, it looks pretty good.
That looks amazing.
I love that. how the pecans just
It's like
come out.
grouper pork chops. That's awesome.
We'll take that. All right. Now, next thing we got to do is prepare our sauce to go on top of the pecan crusted grouper. This is the frangelico sauce that we were talking about earlier. So let's get started with that. First off, we're going to have some heavy cream. And again, this recipe is in our Seafood Festival cookbook. All right, got the heavy cream going. We're going to put in our frangelico liqueur. God, it's got a great smell. And then just a little salt and pepper to taste there.
So you're just waiting for this to want to thicken a little bit?
This is going to reduce a little bit. Yeah, right. It's going to reduce down. Let the water content cook out of the cream and thicken a little. All right, Johnny, we brought our sauce up to a little boil there. Got all the water content out. Now we're ready to shut the fire off on here. And we're going to put that, drizzle that right on top our grouper. Pecan crusted grouper fillets with frangelico cream sauce. Okay.
That looks fantastic. Great
There we have
job,
it.
Jim. So you can find this recipe and many more like it in the Fiesta Seafood Cookbook, A Taste of Pensacola. And if you'd like to purchase that book, give us a call at 850-436-5050. Get 25 years of history from the Fiesta Seafood Grill at the Pensacola Seafood Festival. And all the proceeds from the sales of the cookbook go to the Escambia Utility Assistance Program, helping the elderly and the disabled pay their utility bills. Each book's $15. Make sure to hit subscribe, follow the other videos from Coastal Cooking Presents Quick Bites, learn some of these great recipes, and we'll see you next time.
This has been Coastal Cooking Quick Bites, brought to you by Pensacola Energy.
That's all we have for this episode of City Roundup. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you same place, same time, next week.
This has been City Roundup with Saida Rosa. City Roundup is the City of Pensacola's one-stop shop for everything having to do with Pensacola. Join us again each Friday at 8 a.m. for more of City Roundup.